Vern Dallin, who went on to become the boss, started as an announcer too, but of course there was no such thing as specializing, so you did everything. Vern found out how true that was when a tenor was hired for a special Christmas program.
I was the announcer, and I announced this fellow, I won't tell you his name, is now going to sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And I could see immediately that he froze up. He just couldn't open his mouth. So I sang it, thinking that give him a chance to compose himself, you see. So I sang it because I was quite a singer. I had sang in the choir for years. And came along the next one, and I made the announcement again. He still froze up, so it went through all the program, and I gave him the credit of his singing, and I did the singing, and I'd offered to pay him $5 for this program, and he took his $5 and walked out and never even said thank you.
But you'll have to hurry. At $8.89, the wide selection won't last. For selection, for price, the Edelman's Department Store, the shopping byway of Saskatoon and District.
Wilf Gilby supplied that distinctive CFQC voice back in the 40s and 50s, but with him, becoming an announcer was the last thing on his mind.
I started as a technical person here at CFQC, and that lasted for about 3 weeks.
The late Wilf Gilby will always be remembered for his work on the ACT CFQC amateur shows, which helped the fight against TB from 1944 to 56. In the early 50s, Chris and Harry Decker were the Double-Deckers with their Breakfast Club show every morning, probably the first husband and wife wake-up team in Canada.
This was unique in a husband-wife type of morning team, and we were able to talk about the things that affect a man and wife in the morning when they rise and shine, so that people could relate to us. You may recall that we sent out a little postcard. This was a mailing piece they could write into CFQC, and we would send them a postcard of Chris in a true pose, holding a rolling pin over my head, you know.
Yeah.
Threatening me, really.
I still have that.
And Chris still has the rolling pin. One handle's worn off, but...
It's kind of broken.
But we had thousands of requests.
I used it too much.
The price is right for your budget. Every dress in Edelman's wide selection is on sale for $8.95.
And then there was Jack Sinnen. He hosted a variety of shows on CFQC before he became an institution on CKBI Prince Albert. For a time, he was well known here at CFQC as a morning man. But this kid with a Ukrainian background had to get rid of a few things before he could even get hired.
Now, you don't know this, but I'm going to tell you, I failed my first audition because I had that Ukrainian accent, D's and does. So I had to go back home and practice with the Star Phoenix, reading the front page just like practicing the violin, getting my these and thus properly. And of course, Marcia and Cy Cairns and Wilf Gilby and Pappy Murphy and Vern Dallin all came in to listen. They didn't have tapes in those days. They all came in to listen to the big Studio A while I auditioned the second time, and I made it.
In the late 40s and early 50s, this was a common sight. Vern Dallin, sleeping. No, I mean digging deeper and deeper for cash to fund Godfrey Hudson's latest idea for improving the news. Turned out to be money well spent. Aside from news, Studio A became the pride of the station. In that studio-intensive period, it was an exciting part of CFQC.
Because in those days, we